So Pega rules process commander is a no coding tool. What is it? No coding tool. Anyhow, we are just at the one slide only. Okay, no coding. When I say coding, it is not business logic alone. It is HTML, it is business logic, it is DB queries. See, HTML coding, business logic, DB queries, none of these you need to write by yourself. None of this. You don't need to write any HTML coding, but still you develop UI, you design UI. You don't need to write business logic, still you will be implementing the functional components which are needed for your application using a business logic. And you don't need to write any DB queries. System will automatically generate the queries. System will automatically create the tables in the backend. System will automatically stores, it will automatically retrieve. All that functional features are ready-made available. You should know how to make use of the components that are already available by its name. Okay, so that is the advantage for a developer. Without knowing anything about the programming languages also, one can start learning Pega from zero. Make sense? But does it mean it is very easy? Does it mean it is difficult? See, any system in this world is going to be easy or difficult based on our experience. No system in this world is difficult. No system in this world is easy. By nature, it may be little bit. Means for everyone, a system one may be little tough to understand. For everyone, I'm talking about, not one person. For everyone, another system may be little easier to make use of it. That is by its nature and its design and development. But overall, when you get into the system, whether it is going to be further difficult or easy, it depends on individual's practice and their focus. Yes or no? So do not take it easy or do not look at it as difficult. So you need to set your mind to understand the system very well. Means as much as possible, you dig around the system, get inside deep and try to understand the features of the system. Then it will become very easy. Make sense, everyone? Clear? So many people say outside that Pega is easy to learn, and very few people say that Pega is difficult, though it has no coding. So why do we need to listen to all these people? Is Pega easy for me or not? For me, it is easy now. For you, today, it is not easy. Till you learn it, it will not be easy to you. After you learn it, when you do not know anything about something, then that will be obviously difficult. When you know about it, it will be easy. It is all about how we focus and how we learn. So whenever you are learning, not only Pega, anything, whenever you are learning, obviously you need to have, or you need to spend certain time on it. You need to give your time to it, and you need to search through the system, try to understand, explore and understand the system. That's how, if you proceed to do it, then the system will be easy and it is going to be in your hand. That's it. Okay, so now coming to this next slide. See, PRPC is a no coding development tool. Okay, I'll come to that point once again. Okay, now coming to the architecture of Pega. We already discussed in Pega there are 4 components. In the yesterday's video we discussed it, right? That is, it has process, it has Pega rules, it has rule base, it has process commander. Process commander interacts with rule base, drives Pega rules from rule base to environment to achieve required business goals. For that, I shown you. See, technically, if you read like this, your brain may not be immediately able to analyze it and make it understandable to you. You need to come to the real world. I told you one real world example for this. What was that? Just driving the water from a lake to a farm field. In between, what will be there? A motor engine will be there, correct? Engine is connected to the water pond and it is connected to the farm field. Engine interacts with both of these, drives the water from water pond to the farm field, correct? The same way, process commander interacts with rule base, drives the rules from rule base to environment to achieve required goals. That's it. This is how you need to look at the technology in the reality. Unless you understand the technology in real world, you cannot learn it. It is impossible. See, if you want to better understand any situation, the visual picture should be there in your mind. For a human being, it is very much needed. Okay. So if I tell you a story, while I am telling the story, automatically your mind start imagining it. Okay. So there is a hill place. I went to the hill place, and there is a tree. On the tree, there were two monkeys sitting side by side. By this time, you imagined it or not? Right? Without imagining, is it possible to understand? This imagination power is powerful. Okay. So while we are going through the technical aspects also, technicals you need to see in the real world. Without seeing in the real world what is the use of technology, there is no use, right? So technically, if you see in the real world and it is there in your imagination to understand comparison with the real world, you can better learn the technology. Any technology will be in your hand. Unless you see in the real world, you cannot understand it. I don't understand this concept, but I understand other concept very well. What is the reason? The concept which you understand, you are able to imagine in the real world with real situations. The concept you did not understand, you are not able to imagine with real world. So while learning here, Pega, we are going to focus on understanding in the reality. Understanding in the, that is the first priority and that is the highest priority. Automatically you will understand the technical. There's no way that you will be not able to understand when you understand the reality. So first try to understand the real world picture, then you go for the technical aspects. So rule-based, Pega rules, rule-based process commander. In this is a high-level architecture. I'll tell you detailed architecture later. In this architecture, node manager, servlets, we will be discussing later, not now. Now, Pega rules process commander environment. To access it, we need a login ID and password. This login ID password details also we will be creating on the same system. So in the architecture of Pega, you have users, developers, like the login IDs that will be created. You have rules, rule base, process commander, and logins of the people. Everything is there in the same architecture. Now Java compiler is needed. Hey, why I am working on Pega? Why I need Java compiler? The reason being, you see this tool. Okay, let me log in and show you. Give me a minute. I'll try to log into something here. You don't need to bother about any navigations here as of now. That's what. You don't need to too much excite on anything, or you don't need to look at it as a difficult one or something. You be peaceful and know about your mind, and then try to understand the system, explore the system. It will be easy. For anyone, it will be easy when you know about it. Okay. Irrespective of your background, I'll tell you one thing. Forget about your background first. Some people non-coding, non-IT, civil background, mechanical background. Are you a mechanical graduate by birth? Do you understand mechanics by birth? You started from zero, right? Why don't you start the same way from zero? This is what the mindset of the people should be. Okay, this is how you need to say. I'm a non-IT background. This and all comparison with another IT person. Okay, IT people better than IT people, non-IT people are also performing in the industries, right or not? Yes or not? So they started learning it in a better way. Okay, so make sure that you understand yourself first. That is the priority. And now what I was telling about, see, here is the point. Java compiler. Why Pega needs Java compiler? This tool, whatever you are seeing here, it has been developed by using 18 technologies. How many? I am showing it 5 only because 5 fingers are there. How many? 18 technologies. So, I have shown you yesterday workflow. You remember? Silverlight. What is this? Silverlight. Microsoft Silverlight, you are aware of? Silverlight related components are being used to get this workflow design in Pega. PRPC entirely designed by 18 technologies. We don't need too much bother. But the most important 3 are user interface HTML. You are seeing UI, right? Internally business logic is there. Core Java and database, any database. With home version, we'll be getting Postgres database. You don't need to bother about database queries and all. For a learner in Pega, it is very much essential to understand the database structure, table names, some column names. This is very, very important. This is what non-coding means. You don't need to bother about select query, insert query, update query, delete query, alter query. No, nothing. Create query, nothing. You need to know what are the tables available. Not all. Some tables. Suppose table has 15 columns. Out of which, what are the main columns? 2 or 3 or 4. That is what learning Pega means. It is not only the UI wise you are going to develop. Know the table name for some purpose. Know the column names of specific purpose of the table. It is very easy as we start using it. Okay, I'll tell you about that. And now Pega has UI, Pega has business logic, Pega has database. So these three are main technologies: HTML, core Java, and any database it can be. We don't need to much worry about it. Now, because Pega is running core Java internally for its rules engine, I told you, right? Engine is a software program. Process commander is a software program, right? How that program has been developed? You need some technology to develop it, right? They have used core Java. Now, as internally core Java runs, for this flow diagram also it generates core Java internally. I'll show you. You don't bother about navigations, please. This is the core Java coding internally. Let it get loaded. But do you have any business to touch this? No, you don't have any business to think about it even. Okay, but if you wish to see, Pega has provided, made it open. Okay, so like this, everything internally in Pega runs in Java. As a developer on Pega, you don't need to bother about Java. Okay, I'll tell you OOPS concepts. Now, because of that, Java compiler you are seeing in the Pega PRPC architecture. What are there in the architecture? Logins are there, Pega rules are there, rule base is there, process commander is there, Java compiler, and XML clipboards. What is the next one? XML clipboards means the input that you provide to PRPC system, the output that you get out of PRPC system, everything will be converted into XML format for the purpose of internal security. This is XML format. You don't need to bother about what tags are there. In this XML format, we need 2 tags to be known. For everything, 2 tags will be commonly there. I'll tell you while learning. Only 2 tags by name you need to know. For some specific purpose, I'll tell you. But you don't need to understand what is there in this. So internally, Pega is going to convert everything into XML format for the purpose of security. For the purpose of security means within PRPC system, anything you do, it will be converted into XML. How it converts, what is being converted, I don't know. I don't need to bother about it. Okay. So this is how PRPC has XML clipboards in its architecture. And the last one, just a high level, I am going to explain you, not in detail, which we will practically work on in our development. That is integrations. Pega PRPC application can be integrated to talk to other technology applications by using the concept of web services. What is the concept? Web services concept. Web services concept is for establishing communication between 2 different applications on web. Suppose bank application wanted to talk to income tax application for getting tax data of a citizen. So tax data, will it be there with bank? Citizens tax data. Tax data will be there with whom? Income tax department, correct? Now how bank is going to verify your tax details that you submitted? I may fabricate the documents and submit, correct? But how bank will recognize that I fabricated or not? They cannot easily say it. They have to get a service purchased from income tax department. They will provide my PAN card number in their banking system. Bank application will interact with income tax application. Income tax application is going to supply taxation details of a specific PAN number, correct? You don't need technically how it is being done. You understand the concept, right? So many times in many different business applications, there are features needed where one application communicates with another application. That concept is called web service concept. Web service concept related features which supports different protocols like SOAP, MQ, COM, REST like this are already built in and available in Pega. Okay, all the web service related components are available, provided within Pega. We don't need to worry about creating from the scratch. Just a wizard, you run, everything will be created automatically. So in the architecture of Pega at high level, we have Pega rules, rule base, process commander, Java compiler, XML clipboards, logins, and web service architectural components. Understand everyone? This is very high level architecture. Now coming to the next slide. Any questions or any doubts? Go ahead. Servlets I did not tell you. Node manager I did not tell you. We'll be learning about nodes and multi-node environment later. Yes,
can you
please.
go to the previous? Can you go to the previous slide, sir?
Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yeah, I can see slide number 20.
Slide number 20. Correct.
Yeah, can you go
Going to
to
slide
19?
number 9.
Yeah. So what is the difference between Pega Rules Enterprise Engine and Commander, sir? Process Commander.
See, engine is what process command. Engine is a program, right? That is what we are calling. Process, technical name in Pega is process command. Engine is a generic name, what we call. Okay.
Okay. And other rule sets are something imported from the
No. You don't need to
external
bother
system,
about
or
something which I did not touch, because that is pure technical, which you do not understand now. That's why I did not touch it. That's why I told you high
okay.
level architecture. I'll tell you in detail as we start working on it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, please post your question. Anyone else, if you have any other questions. Okay. Make sure you two have the internet connection good. My screen is visible to all of the people online, and I have good bandwidth as of now. Okay. And any latency sometimes, because of climate only, I think some people are facing some latency issues online. Okay. It will be sorted. I mean, like, it will be settled down in few days. The rainy season will not continue forever, right? So make sure that you are going to go through the video if you miss something in between, but it won't regularly happen for you from your end also. And make sure you have a Wi-Fi connection. Phone connection and all interruptions will be there for sure. And here you go now. Next slide. So we develop, what type of applications we develop using Pega. I was telling from the beginning since yesterday, we use Pega to develop applications. We use Pega to develop applications. What type of applications that you see in Pega in this world as of today? Intranet applications are the ones which we are seeing today, which are developed by using Pega. Internet applications are there, intranet applications are there, out of which Pega has intranet. I'll tell you what is internet application, which you can easily understand. Any public domain application is internet. Amazon.com, Google.com, YouTube.com, Google Drive.com, all these are internet. Can you access the application of TCS HR portal outside? But that is useful for the business processing or not? Can you access a money deposit application which bank manager access to approve or reject posting the money outside? But that is needed for business process or not? Can you access complete insurance policy processing system application outside? Who will access that? See how your insurance, let's take loan. Okay, bank loan you applied. Are you going to involve in every step that is there in the bank application? Can you involve there? Who will access that application? Bank executives, correct? Bank employee. Sir, for loan processing, there will be some back end team, correct? The team will take care of processing it accordingly, business people. So not all applications will be kept into public domain. You access Amazon application. Okay. Do you access the application of Amazon inventory management system? Amazon employee management system? You don't access all this, but is it needed for a business or not? So this type of applications are real business processing internally. So these type of applications are called as intranet applications. Mainly Pega is for internal business processing applications. That means intranet applications. Suppose you join JP Morgan. For your onboarding process, they use internally Pega. That is Pega application only. Okay. So for check processing by JP Morgan, any checks that are being processing internally, Pega PRPC they are using. Like this, there are many applications that will be used for internal processing, can be developed by using Pega. So Pega applications mostly today, whatever you see are intranet applications. Understand everyone clear? Online, internet and intranet applications. Everyone clear? Ram, someone's by name Ram. You said class is not clear because of network problem. No problem. For today it is okay. You watch the video which we will be sharing you. Okay. One day if something happens, every day same thing will not happen. Please try to understand. I am delivering the best from my end. There may be network issue from your end. Please realize that and make sure you go through the video for today, and make sure you have good internet connections from your end. Okay, so from my end everything is good. And intranet and internet, I told you. See, Facebook, Amazon, Flipkart, all these are internet applications. Insurance policy applications, healthcare member management applications, bank cash check processing applications, employee onboarding applications, inventory management applications. What are these? Intranet applications, internal to business. Business people only will access. And this type of applications we develop by using Pega. So I was telling you since beginning, Pega is no code application developer software. Pega is no code application development software. Application development software, whereas other technologies like Java, Python, etc., we need to write coding. Suppose if I want to develop application using Java, I should start everything from the scratch, correct? And Pega application no coding means it is not only business logic but also UI database. No coding means we don't need to write any coding here. And you see here this diagram. Suppose if you are developing application by using Java or Python, if you develop application like Flipkart and if it takes 1 year by Java or by Python, the same application to develop using Pega, it will just take 3 months. I'm not saying exactly. I'm just saying roughly. Okay. The main intention here is less time you develop the applications. Why less time? It is not only that you don't write code from the scratch. It is also that functional components are ready-made available. Email component is available, customer form is available, okay, SMS component is available, integration components are available, already available built in. Then you use it. Obviously, less time it will take. So that is the advantage for the client. Any business client wanted to get onboarded in the market as soon as possible. So every business client, they expect to onboard their business into the market at the earliest to face the competition, right? So they need faster development. That's why you know about this one, WordPress. You know about WordPress. You might have heard about it. If you don't know, no problem. WordPress is for application development. There are so many functional components ready-made available in WordPress. Understand? But that is for small scale business industries. Usually you can make it large scale also, it depends actually. So WordPress as a product, if you are taking it, you don't need to do this from the scratch. If you want to add a menu item, you don't need to write code for menu. Definitely there will be something you drag and drop for menu, and that will create a menu control. You just need to write the item names. If you type 5 item names, 5 menu items it will show. If you type 10 item names, 10 menu items it is going to show. Like this dynamic. So your application, if you develop from the scratch using PHP, you develop your application by using WordPress. Which one will be faster? Obviously WordPress will be faster because that is a ready-made product. The same way Pega is ready-made. Okay, so it takes less time in order to develop applications using Pega. So everyone clear so far? All of you online. So yesterday I told you and I have given you my number to reach out to me for any personal queries. Now you might have so many questions in your mind, right? So you might be wanted to know about the process that we follow here in the training program. You might wanted to know about whether you are suitable to learn Pega based on your education background. Something like this. There are so many questions in your mind, correct? And I have collected some of the questions from many different batches, and I have drafted it and made it available with me, and which I will talk about. I think it is pretty less time we have tomorrow, but today 10 minutes is there. You can ask me any question which is generic to everyone, not only personal to you. Personal to you, you call me. You may not be. There are some questions which you may not be asking in the group, correct? So any generic questions you can post here, and all the resources whoever is posting the questions here, I may not be able to handle today itself. Tomorrow completely first half an hour for these questions only. When someone asks a question that may be related to you as well. Okay, So you can post your question or you can ask a question if you have anything. How to set up the soft? What is Flipkart? Doesn't know about really does you really don't know about Flipkart? Flipkart is like Amazon. Amazon is the marketplace to buy products, right? Buy and sell products. The same way, Flipkart is a marketplace to buy and sell products on the web. Does AWS Azure comes under intra? AWS Azure is different. That is not intranet. That is not internet. That is a service. AWS Azure, what are those? Different services. Those are not applications. Those are operations. How to set up Pega software? Okay, I will tell you this. Look at here. Go to YouTube, all of you, and go to Harsha Trainings channel. Okay, so type like this. You can make a note of this if you wish. How to install Pega Harsha. How to install Pega Harsha means first video, whatever you have got. Pega, this is a big screen. It is been explained on big screen so that it will be much clear. See, there are certain steps given in the installation. Anyone blindly, if you know about operating system computer, you will be able to install. I don't need to tell you about the URL. Half an hour is waste of time. If you blindly follow step by step that video, it has the details about where to download the software from, and after downloading, what are the steps to follow to install, prerequisite steps, and how to start your installation, how to finish after installation is finished, how to test it by login. Everything is there in that video. Only thing we need patience to understand that. That is very, even the video is 1 hour, you need to watch first 15 minutes, all the steps you finish. 15 minutes after installation begins, it proceeds for 30 minutes. You don't need to wait for 30 minutes. Forward till end, there you watch it. Okay, after finishing that 30 minutes anyhow you will be waiting, correct, for your system Pega to be installed. So like this, if you go to the website harshatrainings.com, there go to downloads. There you have software that is mentioned in this video. All of you go, by this time I think some people have done it because we were following up from the beginning when you inquire. Some of you might have done. If not, by today you complete the download. By tomorrow you finish the installation. You don't need my assistance or anyone's assistance to install Pega. Okay, you know basics of computer operating system, start menu, something like this, you can do it. Now one thing is, Windows operating system is must. You have a Mac operating system, not possible to install. Anyone? For the people who have Mac operating system, you go to YouTube, how to install Windows VM on Mac. See, many people have already searched for it. 1, 2, 3. First 3 videos itself, you should have the solution. One of the 3 videos, you will be able to successfully install Windows VM on your Mac and install Pega on Windows VM. Remaining process is same. If you go to switch to Mac, switch to Windows, remaining. So this is what the people who have Mac should be doing. And you go to the Harsha Trainings YouTube channel and there you can subscribe for further notifications. I will be sharing the syllabus and all. See, it is very usual that we will be sending all the details, but usually people don't bother. Even if I am there in your position also, I'll not bother about so many WhatsApp messages that are coming from someone. Okay, but we have already sent it, but we will be sending again the syllabus and all. I'm a non-IT background. Now I want to try by knowing, keeping 3 years of experience in my CSS certification, having at least latest date. See, this is one question that many people were asking. You do certification today, there will be a latest date. Certification, if you do today, latest date only will be there. How come old date? But usually Pega developers, whoever is working, if they have 3 years experience, they would have done certification 2 years back. This is a problem. But this is not going to be a stop point for your hiring process. Remember that. Because it is not only you. Many people are getting into the jobs the same way. And the organizations are facing some sort of crisis of Pega technical resources. This is known to the organizations very well. Okay, see, one should understand the business point of view. For an actual client, whoever is giving project, he bothers about whether you have project, you have certification or not. They don't bother about whether you have done certification today or yesterday or day before yesterday. That is the actual client. In between, we are seeing these companies, right? These are called service providers. These are called service providers. These people, these days, they are bothering about. Why they are bothering about these days? Only about this data and all. Due to this COVID and work from home options are there, right? Everyone has got the interviews done in the back doors, something. They don't even learn technology. Because we see many people, they get Pega job, they start coming for learning Pega. How come? We don't need to say how come they are getting. Because of this type of people, market has got ruined completely. Okay, you learn, you gain the knowledge. Your experience is not genuine, no problem. Knowledge should be genuine at least, right? What do you mean by experience? End of the day, that is what your skill level, right? Can you attain the skill level of an experienced person being without working in industry or not? Possible or not possible? Just a few days back, some time back, maybe 15 to 20 days back, I have read something in the news. A girl from Srikakulam who has completed her graduation, BTech fresher. She's been, offered 40 lakh rupees of package by Amazon and hired. She is a fresher. She did not work anywhere. 40 lakh rupees of package. How many years it will take for a person to get the package in IT industry? Maybe you have to at least serve minimum 5 years, minimum 5 to 6 years. She is a fresher, right? How come 40 lakhs? That is the level of skill. Her skill is equivalent to someone who is already getting 40 lakhs in IT industry. That is what going to play the key role in getting the job to you, and you will be able to sustain and survive in the job when your knowledge is genuine. Don't buy the knowledge, please. That should be yours. Maybe the papers you are buying, okay, no problem. But every business wants someone to drive their business pretty much plain. Okay, here and there, hacking is possible in the system. Because at the end of the day, it is human beings. A system means humans will hack it. Okay, no problem. But still, you be genuine with your knowledge. That is what most important. This is not going to be a stop point in your hiring process, as you do not have this particular one in the recent days. But if you showcase yourself, if you present yourself to be having that good knowledge, you will be able to deliver the requirements on time without any escalations. You showcase the capability of having learning ability. I am able to learn the new things. This is how, if you showcase, you will be in. There's no other go that you will be rejected. So all these factors are coming into the front row only because of this type of people. Okay, I don't think so you will be like that. That's why you joined here before the job itself. And on which version you are going to teach? We will be working on Pega 8.7 version. Again, one more question on this. If I am learning 8.7 and if I am going to go with 2 years, 3 years experience, what about previous versions knowledge? The training here is going to proceed this way. If you are learning here Pega 6.2 version after 7, 7.1, 7.2, 7.10, 8, 8.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You will be able to understand to work on any version of Pega starting from 6.2 till today. In future also you'll be able to learn. That is how core level we are going to understand Pega. At the time of teaching, what is the difference? How this version looks like in the previous version? Difference is also there in your documents. Old videos I have in my YouTube channel. Go there and see how it is there in 7. Now you have the availability of both. So one latest version you are seeing here. Old version, you go there and see one video. Definitely you'll be able to know. So this is how you will be gaining the knowledge of all the versions. You will be able to work on any version, damn sure it is going to happen. What is the configuration required for the laptop? These steps also we will send. Let me read out. The configuration steps are Windows operating system, probably 7 also okay, but that is outdated, right? 7, 8, 10, 11. 8 GB RAM is must usually. But if you are using SSD, instead of hard disk SSD is there, then 4 GB also may work out. But 8 GB is must. Remember that. I think many of you have 4 GB RAM machines. Immediately you go to a hardware shop, get 4 more GB added in your machine. It will not take more than 5 minutes for them to do. Okay, 8 GB RAM is must with hard disk. with SSD 4 GB may work. If any one of you plan to purchase a laptop, ping me. I'll tell you the exact configuration. That is pretty much fair enough. Don't go for 1 lakh rupee, 2 lakh rupees laptops. That is not required. Okay. Even though you have money, that is not required. My laptop RAM is 4 GB and the video it is showing, and in the video, yes, 8 GB is required minimum. That's what I was saying. Yesterday's class recording, if anyone did not receive, you send a WhatsApp message on this number 9652532753. This is the number onto which you have to send WhatsApp message where you are going to mention, I did not receive yesterday video and document. Many people have received, only 1 or 2 might have been missing. And today again I will be sharing this today what I am going to share, this document. Today's video you will be receiving in some time, and you'll be receiving system requirements, software download, that link where you can download the software from, and this YouTube video of installation process. All this you will be receiving today. Okay, we can wind up for today, and the questions that are being posted and were not being answered, I'll take it up tomorrow. Okay, and you need to open up tomorrow to ask many questions offline. Okay, you can wind up for today. Thank you very much.